Hello, storytellers. Welcome to Storytelling Tarot. My name is Jeida Story, and I am so excited to have you with me again. We are in a new year, y'all. We are getting ready to see what is coming toward you, what you can expect in January 2025. And I'm so excited. It's a new year, it's a new season, it's a new day, y'all. And I'm so excited to be entering into it with all of you. Thank you so much for being here today. And let's go ahead and get into it. So we don't have 6 chapters, we actually have 3. So you get to choose from chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. So go ahead and take a deep breath if you need to. Let me know which one is calling out to you. You can drop your chapter number in the chat. And if more than one chapter is calling to you, then maybe you have more than one message. And as always, I say, I encourage you to watch as many as you need. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's coming toward you in January 2025. Let's go. Hey, my chapter ones, welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and see what's coming toward you for the month of January 2025. It's a brand new year. Ooh, and your anchor card is the Star. Ooh, all right. Let's see. We have the Three of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and we have the Six of Cups. We also have hammock for taking a vacation physically or mentally. Bear for danger, especially in money matters. And we have dog for protection from a powerful friend. So first of all, let's talk about your anchor card as the Star. So we're talking about the Star. Then I love that this is called spiritual rebirth, but this is also like your comeback story, so to speak. So I love that you're starting this year so strong, and you're starting this year in a space of restoration, right? You have this with the hammock. That hammock is like, yeah, baby, like ease into this new year, right? Don't go into it super hard and putting in a whole lot of energy, right? You know, that whole new year, new me. I do feel like that is the energy that you're under chapter 1, but not in a way where you're like overexerting a lot. I feel like this is a very like not only restful, but also just like contemplative start to the year, right? We have the Six of Cups here. So it feels like for January, like you're really doing a lot of remembrance, right? You're doing a lot of reconnection to things, people, places, and things of the past. This could also be a heavily ancestral month for you. You might be starting the year off like with some ancestral rituals and things that are really grounding for you. It's interesting too because we have this with the Three of Pentacles, and so this whole idea or this card that speaks about danger and money matters. I would just say be mindful of money sharing. I don't know why I'm getting this, but like there might be people trying to like take some money from your pockets, right? So you know, and the way that I'm kind of getting this is I'm wondering like I'm thinking about spending like on social media. Some of y'all got to get out the TikTok shop. That's what I'm getting. Some of y'all got to get out the TikTok shop. Stay away from them ads because they're trying to completely sell things to you all the time. And I don't know why, but Spirit is saying don't get got in January. Like it's really time for you to get on your P's and Q's when it comes to your money. That's what I'm really getting. I also love that there's this energy here of collaboration. So I'm wondering here, like what type of joint ventures it is that you're interested in getting involved with. This could be in getting involved with family, with friends, with business partners who are ready to kind of like create this new something new. Yeah. The dog here for protection from a powerful friend. I actually really, really love this because this could be a friend from your past. This could be an ancestor coming through. Um, I just feel like there's like people are going to be bringing you news. I'm wondering here too if you're also like what it is that you are putting, like what are you committing to in January? There feels like there's a recommitment to something that maybe you left behind. And maybe that's what the Star is talking about. Like this spiritual rebirth could also be like you like recommitment to yourself and to your spiritual practices and to your emotional career, relational commitments, right? Is you coming back into the fold and saying like, okay, how can I actually have the things in place that I need in order to go full out this time? Some of y'all are applying to new jobs and trying to, get into, places and spaces where you can kind of shine. That's also what I'm seeing. I really like that for you. And I think that you're going to actually have a little bit of favor, right? You might like this protection from a powerful friend. What I'm also hearing is that some of you have friends in powerful places, like powerful friends in spaces where they can kind of like spread the word about you. So if you're like wanting to make more money, if you're wanting to kind of make a come up, if you're wanting to get into some type of close connection with someone who's powerful, who's going to help you bring about some type of action, I feel like there's some type of favor on you at this time to get that to happen. Yeah, I love this. It really feels like some of you are really getting connected to your inner children. You may even be connecting with children in your life, right? If you have children or if you have nibblings, for many of you, you're going to have some dreams come true. The star speaks of this, right? Like it speaks about having this hope and faith and just believing in impossible things, because impossibility just doesn't exist right now. Not for you. And so I love here with the Three of Pentacles, you're going to have people helping you. Six of Cups could be people from your past, people who are putting in a good word, people who are referring you, who are recommending you for roles, for opportunities. It's almost like people are taking action on your behalf. And maybe that's why you're getting to take this vacation. So you can just kind of chill and like the rest take over. Of course, be mindful, because we do have this danger card when it comes to money matters. Again, I talk about sharing things. So be mindful of what you're sharing, what ideas you're sharing, what things of value, right? I'm not saying to be stingy, but I'm also saying to be mindful. I would also say be mindful of the things that people are bringing to you. Sometimes people like to bring, the Page of Swords, especially with the Six of Cups and Three of Pentacles, can sometimes be gossip and workplace gossip, right? So I would just be mindful of the conversations, the things that you're saying out of your mouth, because baby, as my mama will always say, the same person who will bring a message will carry one. They ain't gonna say what they said, but they sure enough gonna say what chapter 1 said, right? So I would just say be mindful of that. Anything that could be a detriment to your money, you might want to also be mindful of that. But ultimately, it just really feels like this month is a rekindling for you. You getting back to the basics. A rekindling and a reconnection. If I had to give your month a theme, that's what this feels like. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and close out the reading by giving you a card to represent the ancestral medicine. And if you're curious about the cards here, these will be representing the ancestral messages for you. And those will be revealed in an extended reading. And if you want access to that, then click the link in the description and you can watch that right after this. All right, what is the ancestral medicine for the moment, January 2025, for chapter 1? Ooh, you have corn. That's the card of blessing, of material blessings. Huh? Money. That's cool. I said something about sharing money. It could be that they're saying, watch that, because you're going to have money. You're going to have money. For some of you, you're going to be having money coming into you for something that you've done in the past, right? Things coming due. I'm going to read from the guidebook about corn. And if this is resonating with you so far, I want you to go ahead and drop me a corn emoji in the chat, in the comments. Drop it down there. Drop it down there. Let's read corn. And it says, ooh, baby, harvest, okay? It says, some of us jumped from the ships. Some walked into the waves. Some of us lay down and slept forever. And some of us flew away. Because we can only remain where we are tethered by some sweetness. So in this place, So bereft of sweet, we grew it, we raised it up. Yes, we, the ones who remained, held fast to what sweetness we could, even when they tried to choke it loose and stamp it out and claim it for themselves. That is why we must always celebrate what has managed to remain. This includes offerings to the remainers we descend from. Hello, ancestors. Sweet treats to symbolize the sweetness of all that our spirits have provided, to show gratitude for their loving presence and work in our lives. Offerings also to those who couldn't remain and did what they could. The shadow side of this card is the reminder that we reap what we sow. And if we haven't sown what was to our benefit, we will reap the consequences. Yeah. And so, yeah, those things from the past, they always catch up to us. So I pray that the seeds that you have in the ground are good seeds. Because in January, you're going to start to see them come up, right? That's the star. Like I said, it's the comeback story. So you are starting off very strong, my chapter ones. And don't forget, if you want to watch your extended ancestral message, go ahead and click the link in the description. But until then, we'll see you in the next one. Hello, my chapter twos. Welcome to your reading. We're about to get into your 2025 forecast for the month of January. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. Let's see what your anchor card is. What's the theme? Ooh, you have the Goddess Circle, the Wheel of Change, baby. It's a big shift that's happening for you. We got this with the Magician, the 10 of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. Okay, so you're starting off 2025 with a bang. You have this with Beryl. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. You have victory in some endeavor. And you have tent for temporary situation. Okay, this very much so feels like a Wheel of Fortune type of month for you, chapter 2. There's a lot of changing and shifting here for you. And it could be that you're like trying to find your ground, right? Maybe you're still reeling from the end of 2024. Maybe you're feeling uncertain about all of what 2025 has to offer. But there are changes and shifts here and present right now. And you're probably going to feel it, to be honest. You're probably going to feel it. And it's so interesting because this Magician card really just tells me that you are going to, I think, get practice in wielding your personal power, your charisma, your creativity, your drive, your inspiration and motivation. Like I feel like you're going to get into better relationship with those parts of you. And what that's going to actually have you do is I think it's going to help you to really do away with the things from 2024 and years past, the way that you related to work, the way that you related to others, the way that you relate to yourself, the way that you relate to your ancestors and your spirituality is really going to shift in a tremendous way because of the Magician. It's the conjurer, right? The one who can make a way out of no way, the one who can bring things to be, who can manifest, as we like to say. The cool thing, though, that I think of when I think of manifestation is the ability to not just bring things into existence, right? But to empower ourselves to make different actions or to take any action. And so that's what it feels like is happening for you, chapter 2, that you are receiving some type of inspiration, some type of empowerment, something that's happening to you on the inside that makes you pick up your magic wand and say, I can do this, right? And maybe it is this. Maybe it's feeling like you lack something, right? But it doesn't necessarily feel like the love, the money, the goals, even though it could be that. But I think that there's something that's happening to you that's like, I want to change my life. I want to change my life. There are parts of my life that things happen, right? Like the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel is always turning. Sometimes you're at the top of that wheel, sometimes you're at the bottom. And you cannot change or affect the movement of the wheel or where you end up on it. But what you can do, you can do. And so that's what it feels like is happening, that you are recognizing what's beyond your control, and then getting akin to what actually is within your control. And then I can see you in this 10 of Wands picking it up to say, that's a wrap. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not showing up that way anymore. I'm going to we can't tell if this person is, are they picking up or are they putting down these wands? So as you wrap up this cycle, as you decide, I'm going to take a stand against the things that have been disrupting my life. You have 2 tens on the table. It's really 3 wands when you think about it. The Magician is also number 1. They carry the 1. So you have all these. This is a powerful beginning for you. Chapter 2. In which you are shifting, becoming self-empowered, and you're putting a whole lot of shit down. And then what? You're taking action with the Knight of Swords. You are pushing beyond what has been holding you back. You are pushing beyond it. Oof. What are you leaving behind? With this tent, some of y'all are leaving behind temporary situations. You realize these things that were going on in your life, that were running rampant, that were controlling you. Yeah, that's not going to work anymore. I'm not going to live there anymore. That's not my house. So with like the Knight of Swords, you're going to take off, going in a new direction. For some of you, it's your relationship with burnout and overproducing and overperforming. That is the thing that you're putting down so that you can now take off with clarity, with understanding, with vision. But it all starts right here at the Magician. When you take up your wand and take your power back, what are you going to conjure this month? Chapter 2. Ooh. All right, so before we close out the reading, I'm going to go ahead and get a card that's going to represent your ancestral medicine. And speaking of the ancestors, if you're curious about what these cards are, these will be your ancestral messages for the month. And if you're interested in knowing what these are, then if you click the link in the description, you can get the extended reading. It is for my channel members only. So go ahead and join us and get the full reading of what else you can learn what the ancestors have to say for you this month. For now, let's go ahead and get into what your medicine for the month is. And we have Baby. Oh, what a card. Baby. Beautiful. Beautiful. So I'm going to read it out of the guidebook because the guidebook for me is just perfect. If this reading has been resonating with you so far, I would love if you could just drop me like a cute little baby emoji in the comments. I would love to see those. Drop me a baby. All right, so let me turn to it in the book, and it says hope and Jack of Spades, which would be the Knight of Swords. So you got the Knight of Swords twice. Love that. It says, it is safe to be soft again. We've traveled long and far from a childhood where pain taught us to be mistrustful and our experiences made us afraid. But hope was dormant, not dead. It is safe to hope again, baby. It is safe to expect good things. Yeah. And more importantly, we deserve to. May every child who cries out loud be fed. May every need of theirs in time be met. Amen, amen, and amen. I love that so much. If you want to know your extended ancestor messages, go ahead and click the link in the description. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and we'll see you next time. Hey, my chapter 3s, welcome to your reading. We're looking at your predictions for January 2025. So let's go ahead and get into it. Your anchor card, what this month is all about for you. You're the Mother of Air. Oh, I love this card so much for so many reasons. This is the Queen of Swords, boundaries. You have this with the Lovers. the Page of Cups, and the Empress. You have chair empty for someone is leaving your life. You have carrot, opportunity or windfall. And you have cat for a two-faced friend. Well, this feels on the nose. There may be some people around you that you come in contact with who can't be trusted. Maybe they're harboring feelings, right, about you that they're not communicating. What's interesting, though, is that the two-faced friend card initially started turning, and it made me wonder if maybe chapter 3, you're being two-faced about something. In other words, you have something on your heart that you haven't communicated to someone that you love. Is it your mother? Is it an important woman in your life? Or is it that there are conversations that you need to have wanted to have, or you're scared of having with your mother or a mother figure in your life? The Mother of Air is speaking about boundaries. The Queen of Swords does that, right? The Queen of Swords, it's not really about feelings. It's just about facts. The swords have a lot of feelings, actually. There's a lot of feelings. But the Queen of Swords doesn't allow feelings to keep her from having the conversations, from saying the things that need to be communicated. So heavy on boundaries in relationships for you, chapter 3. So the Lover says that you get to choose how you show up in relationship. How you show up in relationships with your parents, how you show up in relationship with your children, how you show up in relationship with anyone. You get to decide. What you can't control is how other people show up in relationship. But what you can control is how you will. And so this month, as you are moving through your relationships, maybe assessing relationships, get in touch with how you feel. Page of Cups is very in touch with how they feel. If their feelings are hurt or if they're delighted, if they're joyful or if they're in pain. Not only do they know it, they let other people know it. And so that may be part of your work, part of what this month offers you, opportunities to share. And so if you have been the one who's been two-faced in that you say you're fine when you're really not, if you pretend there's no issue, but really you can't sleep because you're so torn up about something, it's time to be honest. So the chair empty says that there's someone leaving your life. I'm going to just let that be that. I'm really interested here in the opportunities that are coming. What healing opportunities are here? What nurturing opportunities are here? Because the person who's leaving your life could also be the wounded, unprotected, the young, inner child version of you. Not that they're leaving you or that you're leaving them, but that you can help heal them. And so those wounds can be coming off of them, right? As you mother and nurture that relationship with you, younger you. You see how even the Queen of Wands has the baby right here. You are the Queen of Swords. You are the Queen of Swords. You're also the baby. This Queen of Swords has a broom to sweep things away that aren't supposed to be there. So there are some things being swept out of your life. Trust it. I also wonder how many of you are coming over from chapter 1 because some of these messages were there for them. So if you were called to chapter 1, you might find a message for yourself there as well. So let's go ahead and get your medicine for the moment from the ancestors. Speaking of the ancestors, if you're curious about what these cards reveal, these are messages from your ancestors for support for you for the rest of this month. And if you're wanting to know what these are, then click the link in the description. The extended reading will be available for you there. So go ahead and check that out after you finish this. Let's go ahead and see now what your medicine for the moment is. For all of those who have chosen chapter 3, what's their medicine for the moment? We have chain 35. Let's go ahead. I'm going to pull out the guidebook and read that to get your message. And if this reading has been resonating with you so far, I would love if you could drop me a chain emoji. So your keyword is stagnancy and is represented by the 9 of spades. It says, when we think of bondage, we conjure to mind chains or bars. But the best kind of prison is one someone builds inside of us that we come to accept as our home. The borders that they draw and we decorate, the cage we nest inside, the laws we gleefully abide, the sentences we justify. This card asks us to step outside of our comfort zone as often as possible, because sometimes stagnancy can masquerade as safety. Can I get an amen to that? Existing only within the confines of the familiar is the coziest of death traps. We must allow ourselves to discover new modes of being, new ideas and activities, or we must literally move. Let trapped energy find release. Let freedom be a destination that keeps evolving and decolonizing itself. Love this so much, so much. Now, reading that just made me think about opportunities, and I keep looking at this carrot card in the middle. So I'm going to pull some cards and see what opportunities are coming toward you, chapter 3. I'm going to include that in the extended reading with your ancestral messages. So why don't you click the link in the description and join me over there. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.